See, I want to tell you about a night where I woke up from this one dream I was having, and it changed my entire life. I sat up in bed and I said to myself, this girl is destroying my life. And deep down, I meant every single word. She called me not too long after that. She texted me not too long after that, and I never responded. And it's not because I didn't care about her, it's because I finally cared about myself more than holding on to something I knew wasn't right. And I want to tell you what retention had to do with anything of what I'm saying about right now, right? Because without it, I would have never seen it clearly, right? So my name is Walter. Everything on this channel is straight from my real life. Go back to video one if you're just now finding me. And if this hits something in you, go ahead and drop a like. Go ahead and comment. Go ahead and subscribe. And hit that notification bell, right? This channel basically just covers men's health, money, spirituality, and just genuinely just becoming a better man. So let's get into it. So here's the thing about semen retention that people don't really talk about enough, right? It doesn't just give you energy, confidence. It doesn't just give you physical strength, right? It gives you clarity, right? And clarity is dangerous because once your mind gets quiet and you stop depleting yourself at the same time, that fog that you have on your mind begins to lift up, right? You start to see things you weren't able to see beforehand. Things about your life, things about your relationships, things about situations that you've always been tolerating, you know, the things that were slowly pulling you away or pulling you backwards, I'd say. And I wasn't something, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't something I knew deep down wasn't right. You know, the side like some of the side projects that I was working on, I stopped working on them. Whether it was the gym I was trying to go to, I wasn't being consistent. The Bible I was trying to really get into and take serious, I wasn't. I wasn't reading it. The discipline that I had been building, all of it was slipping. And I kept telling myself that it's fine, it's fine, and it's fine that, I needed her in my life. I kept telling myself all that stuff. But retention was quietly working on my mind and I wasn't even realizing it, right? The clearer that my mind got, the harder, the easier it became to understand what I was looking at, right? And then one night, God showed me this dream, something that I wasn't able to see with my mind open, right? I woke up, sat up in bed, and I said out loud, this girl is destroying my life. You know what I mean? And I wasn't saying this in like anger, bitterness. It was clarity, you know? And then the next morning when she called, I didn't even answer the phone, bro. When she texted, I didn't even respond. And like, it wasn't because like I didn't care about her. Trust me, man. Like, there were days, there were even weeks after that where I thought about her, right? Where like I missed what I thought we had together, but I just kept going, G. Because like the Bible says in Proverbs 26 verse 11, as a dog returns to his vomit, so a fool repeats its foolishness, right? And I don't want to be no fool, man. A fool that keeps going back to something that God already delivers him from. You know what I mean? Like, God took me away from something And I had to trust that he knew or he knows what he's doing, even though I did not understand the results at that particular moment. And like, I want to say something here that I believe a lot of men need to hear this directly, right? If you're holding on to something right now and you know God has been telling you to let go of it, the fact that it is hard does not mean it's supposed to stay, bro. I'm trying to tell you. See, like sometimes the hardest things to walk away from is exactly what God is trying to deliver you from. You know, it's a it's a paradox, right? Like it doesn't make sense, but it's the truth, right? And retention gives you that clarity to finally see it while you're in this situation, right? Most people they see it later on down the line and then they look back and they're just like, I wish I would have known. But seam retention allows you to see it right then and there. And here's what started to happen when I actually let go, right? The side projects I was telling you about earlier that I abandoned start to come back to life. I start to, you know, get back in the gym consistently. I was reading the Bible every single day. I started, investing in myself. I started to take my finances serious, you know, my mind, my body. I started running into different people, other men who were building things, men that sharpened me. Um, Man, it's crazy. Doors started to open that I wasn't even knocking on. You know what I mean? And like, I want you to hear this right now, right? I thought I wasn't going to do better without her at that particular time, right? But I genuinely, deep down, I believe that. But God knew better than my feelings. And when I finally trusted God to let go of her, He finally showed me what He was trying to give me that whole particular time. See, if you're in something right now that you know that's not right, I'm not gonna tell you that it's gonna be easy to walk away, right? See, like that'll be me just straight up lying to you, fam. See, like, it wasn't easy for me, right? See, like I struggled thick and thin, tooth and nail, trying to walk away from that situation. So drop in the comments, have you ever had to walk away from anything that you thought you needed, right? And after you walked away from it, what happened? And go back to video one if you're just not finding this channel. And if you know someone that is holding on to something that you know that they need to let go of, send this video to them, right? We're achieving greatness and we don't care what anyone says. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out, guys. Peace.